Thank you so much for having me.
No, absolutely. I'm just really thrilled that you were able to be with us here today. And we had talked kind of before coming into the studio this morning about sort of the reason that we do the Brighter Day in the Neighborhood, that it all started because I just became, really intrigued with connecting with other professionals who are helping professionals that are serving in capacities that we don't necessarily think of as helping professionals. And so Robert Andrews Medical Aesthetics, you're a nurse, but Robert Andrews Medical Aesthetics is, how would you describe that business?
Well, it helps women and men every day feel and look better about themselves, and we do all sorts of different treatments to help build up not only their self-esteem, but also the way that they feel they look. So when they walk, whether it's a professional level, whether it's on a personal level in their relationships, whatever level it is, that it can help them not only look, but feel better about themselves. And every day I feel like I'm giving something back.
Absolutely. So, and I know you're a nurse practitioner, correct?
I'm actually a master's degree nurse with an MBA, but not a practitioner.
All right.
But I actually employ and hire the physicians and the PAs that are working with me currently.
Okay, great. So how did you, so what was your history that brought you, one, to the Springs, but also to do this type of work?
So it's kind of started when I was really young, and I always enjoyed the fact I grew up with 5 sisters, and so my sisters were always the closest and dearest in my heart, and we grew up actually initially in foster homes.
Oh, wow.
So it was pretty hard as children, and I was next to youngest, and so watching my sisters grow up and myself grow up, I realized that it seemed to impact them on their appearance, because at that point in time in our lives we weren't built up a lot with our self-esteem. Gotcha. So the beauty industry seemed to be the way my sisters were going, but it wasn't necessarily the way I was going.
Right.
So I had a lot of compassion in regards to how much they struggled in their life, and unfortunately I lost several of them over the years as they struggled and tried to fit in, and although it wasn't about the way they looked, it was always about the way they felt. And as I kind of went on in my profession, I joined the military, and I realized that within the military, I dealt with a lot of women who had a lot of the same type of self-esteem issues.
Can we talk a little bit more about that? And so you said they were they working in the beauty industry, or was it sort of, that ideal, like the physical ideal or the beauty ideal that was out there that they seemed to struggle with?
So I think it would be a combination of both. So it was definitely the beauty idea. They were beautiful girls. I mean, all my sisters were very attractive at one point in time. So it wasn't about the look, but they found that the way they looked had everything to do with what they did in regards to their careers and where they went in regards to just their lives in general. And so they really struggled in that area. And it was something that I felt really deeply about, but also within my medical career, even when I ran and worked in emergency departments, the nurses I worked with, and the doctors I worked with, and the patients I worked with, for whatever reason, it seems as humans that we always seem to go back to, and people like to call it vanity, but I think we all struggle with it, and when I really started looking at it and analyzing it, I realized it wasn't just with humans, it's with animals too. So with my cat, if I shaved my cat, for instance, my cat's hiding under the bed as soon as I bring him home. And if you go shave your dog, he's doing the same thing. So why would that be important to those animals?
The grooming, you mean?
The grooming. Okay. And so it sounds kind of different, but they all of a sudden, as far as any creature, we all want to fit in. And so whether we're in a professional level and we're interviewing for jobs, whether or not we're trying to fit in with dating and we're out there and we're single, whether it's male or female, that still seems to play a huge role. And as my family was growing up, it wasn't really where we all sat around and dealt with it, but we were always grooming each other, I think, in a different level. Yeah.